All right, so in this video lesson, we're going to be solving the HTML portfolio challenge. So there's a bit of text explanation here, and then we have quite a bit of code in the editor here. And you can see that this is rendering out this preview over here. So this is kind of putting together a lot of the things that we've seen so far in the HTML section, and also giving you a preview of what's coming next in the CSS section. So basically, this preview over here looks pretty different compared to the other challenges in the HTML module. And that's because we're using this style tag to provide styles using the CSS to the HTML document. And so we'll get more into exactly what this is doing and how to work with CSS in the next challenges. But for here, to finish this challenge, what we want to do is we want to change these placeholder elements to be actual real projects. So the idea of this is kind of illustrating that, imagine that you have a portfolio of different programming projects that you've built. So these could be websites or applications, and you want to create some web page to show all of these projects. So for example, if you do continue and work through the rest of the pairwise curriculum, all of these other modules have projects that you can build and deploy on your own. So these are projects that you could display in some kind of portfolio like this. And you can also host and share all of the code for these projects in an open source platform like GitHub. And so we'll walk through how to do all of that in these later modules. But this challenge is just about giving you the idea that you could potentially have this kind of portfolio. And we're trying to build a web page here to display the projects. And so the page is already created and we have some styling, but we want to fill in these project ideas with other ideas that we could build. So for example, maybe we want to build a note-taking app. This would be an app for taking notes. Maybe we want to build something else, like maybe we want to have Snapchat for cats. And this of course would be Snapchat, but for cats. And then the third project, maybe we want to build, maybe we want to build some kind of community learning app. And so maybe this could be something for an app for an online community of learners to work together and learn. So the idea here is for you to just fill in some ideas that you have for your own projects. So just imagine that, like, as you work through the pairwise curriculum, you gain some of these other skills. You learn how to build client and server applications. You learn how to work with databases. You learn how to build simple mobile applications. And maybe you have some real world projects or real world apps that you want to build for yourself, or you think that could become a real business idea or a real product. So if you have ideas like that, go ahead and fill them in this portfolio challenge here. And if you don't, feel free to just play around with the code here, look through the code, see if you can understand what's going on. Even though you don't know what CSS is yet necessarily, see if you can look at this and try to have some idea of what's going on. Okay, and that's going to wrap up this challenge. I hope you've learned a lot, and we'll see you in the next challenge.